Welcome, 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 friends. OG Murphy here with you. We are getting ready to play some D&D. This is kind of a weird one for us. When usually we will stream and play a homebrew setting with a homebrew rule set that takes place in my world of Almina that I've built. When one of my players is unable to make it, we do switch back into some pre-written campaigns. In this particular instance, we run this campaign, The Dragon of Icefire Peak, but because this is basically a town, a job board, and a dragon, we and it has not a lot else to it. I basically put that dragon and that town board in the same town of Phandelver that the Lost Mine of Phandelver takes place in, which is a much more interesting adventure with a lot more meat to it. So, hence the name of the stream, The Lost Dragon of Phandelver, because we mixed the two of them together and it all kind of exists on the same plane. On that note, we usually run a game with three players. We only have two with us tonight. There's a possibility of a guest third joining us, but otherwise, we are looking at probably what will be a pretty low key, lots of role play session as my players just kind of explore Fandalen and invest themselves in whatever it is that they think they'd like to do. So, without further ado, I guess the other thing to mention is that the last time we played this game was literally 2 or 3 months ago because we only play it when somebody can't make it, and we've been doing pretty good about making it lately. So, the recap might be a little shaky. Might be doing some improv. Let's figure it out.
Cap or am I
All
doing
right,
it?
I'm back. I'm live. Who's recapping?
Do you want me to do it, Andreas?
Sure.
Okay. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, like 2 months ago, we had came back to the village after a sad death, R.I.P. Vincent the Highland Cow. This was after basically we had gone to that one camp, found all the bugs situation going on, and had taken the mayor's brother with us back. We walk in, go to the bar, have a good time, that kind of thing. Next day, Randall Faye kind of go on like a little double date around town to just like see what the town is. We learn about druids, we learn about farms, while Bronze basically goes around recruiting for his shrine building since the night before he had actually like converted the mayor's brother and kind of like not like fully converted but like made people in the bar interested by doing like magic and whatnot. So he went to a blacksmith to get like supplies made, convinced her, a dwarven blacksmith, with like it's like gold like kind of like pamphlet almost, like a little card. And then I know Bronze also stopped by the carpentry thing where Randall works because Faye and him overlapped there. In that time, we went and visit the one guy whose cow we had taken. Um, and sadly, he was a hot mess because the mayor's brother beat us to it and told him, hey, your cow died. And this guy was very attached to Vincent, and we felt bad. So Randall took us to one of these farms, which he believed would have had a Highland cow. We met him there. There was a halfling lady and her son. Yeah, and basically we got a steal because Braun poured himself out, as Faye has taught him to. In this case, by restoring weapons and tapping dead ass. Faye also helped in that regard in the sense of like giving her kid a piggyback ride to get us a
I was
discount.
about to say, Faye helped tap that ass. I missed that part.
No, but helped in the discount part. So we got a cow. It's another Highland cow. While it is not a dude, it is a female cow, which we have officially decided to name Vincenza after her namesake, Vincent. In the meantime, she's being stored at the farm because we were kind of like, let's not bother this guy right now because it's kind of late. Bronze had gone back to the farm to, go to the Love Shack. Well, Faye had gone to the bar just to kind of chill. Randall was hanging out with his friends getting white girl wasted. While Faye did fortune telling stuff at the bar, which kind of freaked some people out. Some people seemed interested. It was a mixed take. And basically, that's where we had left off with either Bronze either deciding to stay at the Love Shack or come back to the bar. We do not know yet. Either way.
He did end up staying at the Love Shack.
Oh, he did?
Love
That was...
Shack, baby.
Yep.
That's so great. Then I think that for the sake of cohesion, we will start with the next morning kind of thing. So Bronze, presumably knows that Faye is renting a room at the Stonehill, and would know to come back there in the morning in order to find her. So we will, just kind of pick this up in the common area, the Stonehill tap room, as it were, with Bronze walking through the door in the early morning light, and Faye, having already gotten through her breakfast, waiting for him. And we'll start with you two rejoining each other the next morning. So let me just paint a little word picture for you. Faye is seated at the bar in the Stonehill Inn with her back to the door, and she sees the shadow of a figure on the wall in front of her, of someone who has obviously stepped into the threshold of the door. And with just a quick glance over her shoulder, she's able to identify that this person is in fact Bronze. Meanwhile, Bronze has just made his way all the way across town in that early morning light, had a few minutes to himself to think on that morning walk before he approached the Stonehill. What would the two of you like to do?
Quick question: is Randall tagging with us on this?
No, Randall's work this morning. He's down at
Okay.
the woodworker set.
He booty called and he left. Okay. Well, I guess kind of wait for Bronze to come sit with her at the table.
Bronze, he's like walking in, and he's kind of got both of his hands kind of like in his the belt kind of situation. He's got a bit of a pep in his step as he walks to sit down.
And Faye kind of look him up and down, and it's just like,
And then he is probably gonna be like, so what's on the agenda for today?
She's just gonna, I don't know. I heard you're building a temple, so it's going to be based around that schedule, I assume.
Yes, and to build a temple, we need funds. And what better way to get funds than to exchange labor for gold? And then he is going to
on the comment of exchange labor for gold, Faye's going to be like, so is that what you were doing last night?
No, that was no, that was a recreational activity.
Mm-hmm.
No gold exchange, except maybe if you some. Never mind.
Please say that was in character.
Yeah, we'll call it in character. He gets he starts talking, and then he starts blushing, but then just trails off and doesn't say it. And he's gonna be like, well, I guess we should go look out at the quest board out there, see what's up.
Okay. Should we deliver the cow?
We should probably do that, yeah. I imagine. Damn, it wasn't Toblin. What was his name?
Yeah, Toblin is the name of the shopkeep here.
Yeah, and then
I think this is this is Barthen from Barthen's Provisions. Is his name?
Yeah, Barthen's.
Yeah, I imagine he's slept off the alcohol he was drinking yesterday at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get a mission and get the cow returned.
And as you guys head, you guys were going to have to walk past the job board to get to Barthen. So are you going to stop and look at your jobs on the way up, or are you going to circle back after you get your cow delivered?
I think, look on it on the way up, as we're getting the cow.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are like 5 quests on this board at this point. So from oldest to newest. There's one for Gnomengarde, a clan of reclusive rock gnomes resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnomengarde are known for their magical inventions, and they might have something with which to defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can from them, and if you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourself, Town Master Harbin will pay you 100 gold pieces for it. Then there's also the Mountain's Toe quest. The Mountain's Toe gold mine lies 15 miles northeast of Phandelver. The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made the trip from Neverwinter to Phandelver and needs to be escorted to the mine. There's no telling what dangers lie between here and there. Once you deliver Raskin, safe and sound, return to Town Master Harbin Wester to collect your reward, 200 gold. And then there's 3 more, which I believe are untouched from you guys, which are within a mountain, 15 miles south of Phandelver, stands the ancient dwarven fortress of Axholm, which has been sealed for years. If a dragon attack is imminent, the people of Phandelver might need to evacuate and take refuge in Axholm. To that end, someone needs to open the fortress and make it safe for habitation. Once you accomplish these tasks, return to Town Master Wester to collect your reward of 500 gold. There's also the dragon that besets us is not the first threat in this region. Between here and Neverwinter lies a barrow mound of a warrior whose magical dragon-slaying sword helped fell a green dragon terrorizing the high road a century ago. Rumor has it the Dragon Slayer sword is buried there too. Retrieve it and let the sword be its own reward. And the last one is something that you guys actually might be a little bit familiar with. The orcs have fallen under the sway of evil spellcasters in Neverwinter Wood and have been sighted in growing numbers near Falcon's hunting lodge. The spellcasters dwell in a ruined manse. Falcon needs someone to make a preemptive strike against it, destroy the evil in the manse, then expect him to reward you. And you guys are reading this, and you remember Falcon giving you guys this job in person when you guys were staying at his place. He was like, yeah, there's some orcs over here. And he set down a pair of elvish boots of striding on the table and was like, I'd be happy to, trade you this for getting them out of my hair. And so, like, you guys know, like, Falcon's already talked to you about that last job. And that is everything on the job board.
The gnome. Personally, you good with gnome?
Good with gnomes. They're basically my cousins. I say we go with that one.
A character.
Well, it needs to be in character. You got to communicate with your party member.
Okay, I was asking Andreas because I didn't want to be like gnomes.
No,
you're good.
Role play characters.
You can say that's in character.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like they're basically my cousins. I suppose we can go for that one. It's like Bronson grabs, I think, the thing off the board, and then he is going to, I guess, like, well, shall we continue and get Barth and his fresh new cow?
Yep, let's deliver that cow.
Vincenta burps loudly in response.
Yeah. Vincenza.
You guys approach Barthen's provisions, and unlike yesterday where the building was shut tight and locked, they do appear to be open for business today.
Bronze is going to turn to Faye before they get to the thing. It's like, all right, you wait out here with her, and on my signal, you bring her around the corner so you can see.
What's your signal?
Hey, Faye, bring out the cow.
That's not much of a signal, but okay.
That's funny.
Not everything needs to be stealthy, sneaky like you drows like to have it. She's a drow, right? Oh yeah, fuck. Well, you know what? That's in character. That mess up was in character.
You asked me about tiefling knowledge, and now you call me a drow?
Never let them know your next move. Welcome, Becky.
Let's not compare bananas to good berries here.
Are you okay? Are you sure you should be talking to him in your state if you cannot tell a difference between a drow and a tiefling?
I mean, I think it's well known that they come in all shapes and sizes and forms.
You have asked me of tiefling knowledge and confirmed that I am a tiefling, yet you still argue that I am a drow? Here, and
Yeah.
she's gonna hand him the rope for the cow. It's like, I will go talk to him. You stay with the cow. You're still too drunk to speak from the looks of it. And she's just gonna barge her, like, stomp her way in.
And he's just like, you're still too drunk to speak under his breath.
More to himself
I
than
ignore
anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm imagining when you say it, the cow's just looking at you.
You walk into, or I'm sorry, not you. Faye clomps into. Does she have regular feet or does she have hooves?
He has hooves.
She has hooves. So
She
she
has
clomps into
Yeah.
Barthen's provisions, and as her hooves make contact with the wooden floor, it wakes the young boy sitting behind the counter who, jolts up straight and says, Welcome to Barthen's! What can we do for you? Someone you haven't seen here before.
Are you?
My name is Ander, and I usually just stock the shelves. But today I'm behind the counter.
Where is Barthen's?
He wasn't feeling well this morning.
Too much drinking.
And he like his eyes like dart down, and he like puts his hand in the back of his neck. He's like, I don't know anything about that. Nobody said that. I didn't hear anything. Where'd you hear that from? I don't know.
About his cow, Vincent. I presume.
I don't. It's his business. I don't. Can I? Do you want to buy something?
No, we're here to drop off a gift.
Oh. Well, I can bring it to him.
Okay. Bronze, bring her in.
And Bronze, like, pulling the lead. He's like, say hello to, your brand new Vincenza. He's like, rounds the corner and like looks at the guy there and like, where is he?
He's like, whoa, hold on. You can't bring that in here. It's gonna knock something over, man. You gotta,
Oh.
I said it was I thought you meant like, you got him like a amulet or like a mug or something.
No, brought him something even better because, it's a cow. And Bronze is in the doorway. He's not bringing it inside the shop.
The cow is sticking its head in.
Spits on the ground. And Alder's like, I can't leave my post.
It's fine. We can take it to him. It's right around the back, right?
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you do that? And yeah. Why don't you bring that to him? I think that's best.
And Ron's looking at the phase. Is she gonna go with them as well?
Yeah, we'll head out. She's gonna like nod and like walk towards the door as Braun leads the cow.
Braun flicks him a gold piece.
Yo, well, thank you much. And he like puts it in his pocket. You guys make your way out and around the Barthen's provisions. Down the probably 30 or 40 feet of earthen walkway back to Barthen's home, which is a simple stone building with a thatched roof. A thin trail of smoke coming out of the chimney, and there are a couple of hitching posts outside for animals and things, as well as the barn, which you imagine made Vincent's home originally when he was staying here. What would you guys like to do?
Knock on the door.
Yeah, we'll knock.
Doof, doof, doof. What? You hear coming from the other side of the door.
We have a for you.
Doof, 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 doof. And just this absolutely garbage pail of a human being stares back out at you, like hair disheveled, bags under the eyes, slack jawed, in the same clothes you saw him in yesterday, sleeves obviously like congealed with like snot and shit like that. And he's just like, and he looks at you. And he just cracks the door open and he's looking at you, and he's like, "What?"
We would like to apologize for the accidental death of Vincent. So we have brought you a gift. And Faye's gonna kind of like back up and point her arms at Bronze and the cow, and it's like, meet Vincenza.
And he like looks past you, and he's like, "Isn't that the alderleaf cow?"
It is. We did not steal it from her. We purchased it.
Her new name is Vincenza.
That's very nice, I guess. I accept your apology. Tie her up in the barn for me, please. I need to sleep. And he closes the door on you.
Faye's gonna look back at Bronze and went, well, I think that went as well as it could.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Bron's gonna go over and tie Vincenza now to the barn posts.
Yeah, in one of the empty stalls, you leave her. They're all empty at this point, except for Barthen's personal horse, which is nickering in one of the stalls at your approach, like pointedly looking across the stall into like a little bucket and like whinnying and like stomping his little feet.
Bronze is gonna like look over to what he's looking at.
So, and you approach the bucket and you look inside and you can see that there are sugar cubes in it. And as you approach it, the horse gets much more excited.
Bronze, that is not your horse.
You hear Faye's voice come from behind you, the entrance of the barn.
I'm sure one wouldn't hurt.
If you kill his horse, I am not helping you.
And then it's sugar. I don't think it's like poison.
You will.
Bronze is gonna get. He's gonna check now to make sure this is sugar.
We don't. Horse could be diabetic.
Yeah, to the best of your ability, they look like regular ash sugar cubes.
Okay, and then he's gonna get one of them and give it to the horse,
who greedily eats it up out of your hand and gives you a happy chirp of a whinny in response.
He's gonna like look and see if it has food, because a drunk man is probably not may or may not be tending to the other responsibilities he needs to.
You can see that his stall looks clean, as if it has been freshly mucked out, and there's fresh straw and food for him to eat in the stall as well. Somebody's taking care of the horse.
Okay. With that, Bron's gonna leave the barn.
I guess from here, like, we'll just go on our way to the Gnomengarde.
Yeah. Unless there's anything you need to do in town here.
Not really. Can Faye make some small talk with Bronze? Just like once we begin walking.
Please do, because I got to pull up the Gnomengarde page. So small talk away.
I'm imagining like at this point we're walking on the road, and it's like, what do you you think drow look like?
I don't know. They have them in the depiction stained glass depictions at the churches I've been to, and they all kind of just look like a dark skinned, dark bluish with horns.
And Faye's gonna look at him and he's like, that is not a drow. Drow are dark elves. They do not have horns. They're like any elf but dark skinned. What creatures are you thinking of?
Browse. In the under those depictions, there's little placards say, draw battle of 472, and Angrad, defending against the waves of hell, and or protecting against the Underdark, and I see it, I read it, I believe it.
You are strange.
And as you travel, you reach you after a day of travel, you guys reach the stream, which will ultimately lead to the cave that the community of Gnomengarde resides within, and you begin following your way up that winding stream to the base of a mountain where waterfall erosion has carved out a natural concave space. The roaring waterfall creates a cloud of mist as it plunges into a shallow pool of water, within which rise two small islands covered with 2 foot tall red, green, and purple mushrooms. Several cave openings overlook the pool from rocky ledges 20 or 30 feet above, and the mountain blocks any sunlight from reaching this place. And let me see if I can load the map for you guys. There you go.
Oh, where are we?
You guys are approaching via this stream, so anywhere up here.
Bronze kind of takes a moment to take in the sight, and then he's like, well, we've come this far, may as well go the rest of the way. And he starts walking forward.
Oh.
I think as he's going, he's looking for any man-made structures that isn't just natural stone.
Yeah, the only man-made structure that he's able to easily identify is this bridge back here, which connects to, because you can see where all these say this is 30 feet. I guess I blocked that off a little bit, but where all these little ledges are, there's a path leading up to this one, but all the rest of them are just lookouts over relatively sheer cliffs, and the only obvious point of entrance seems to be here.
Okay.
Can you?
What's that?
Well enough for this.
Oh, I'm saying, can you swim?
Bronze looks at the water and sees how deep it is.
The stream is, moderately deep, waist, chest high, roughly.
For Bronze or for Faye?
For Bronze's dwarf?
Yeah.
It probably goes up to Bronze's chin, Faye's waist.
Can we jump it?
Yeah, it's only about 10 feet wide.
Okay. Let's jump it.
Faye asks, can you swim? Is like no need, and he just starts kind of like just walking down. Just he walks through it.
Wades his way through. Points his chin up and just wades his way through.
Faye's gonna let him get to the other side, and she's just gonna jump across.
Sounds good. Faye, what's your strength stat?
My strength stat is +2, so 15.
You are strong enough to not need a roll to jump over a 10-foot distance. That's just baked into your character to be able to jump 10 feet. So you rear back and leap with your mighty goat legs.
Yeah.
Over this. Her cloven goat legs. And you guys find yourself at the base of about a 30-foot, ridge with a small path that kind of like snakes its way out, around, and up. Those islands with mushrooms on them are here in the middle of the beginning of this stream, just past the waterfall, kind of enshrouded in mist. What do you guys like to do?
Faye's gonna kind of look at Bronze, and it's like, this looks like the only area to entrance.
Yeah, it's on the map. It's like really tiny. Is it like scalable for us?
Yeah. Is this Gnomen size?
It's definitely tight. It's it's narrow. You guys couldn't walk side by side up it, but it's easily enough for you guys to just walk. It's not like you have to balance or anything. You can just walk up.
Okay, I was concerned if it was going to be a rock climbing section.
No,
Yeah.
if you had decided to go up, up into any of the other cavern holes, then yeah, you'd have to climb. But here, no, this is the one. This one has a path. That's why this is the obvious entrance.
Okay. I guess if like we're walking up, Faye is gonna, like ask Bronze, like, so what do you know of gnomes?
Well, they're fun, jolly little folks. They wear tiny pointy hats, and they like to sing songs. Happy little folk.
Okay, so not much. Do you speak Gnomish?
No. I know. No.
Okay. And Faye's gonna kind of like look at Bronze and it's like, I will try to do most of the talking. I haven't spoken Gnomish in a while, but I know the language.
And I'm sure they speak common. No need to presume that they only speak Gnomish.
Yes, but it is a good idea to at least know the language of which you are talking to. Same way, if I went to a dwarven village, I'd want to speak Dwarvish.
I say if they can't speak common, they aren't worth speaking to.
Donald Trump. Bronze is gonna build a wall. I just like we're just walking up here.
You guys make your way to the top and are able to see that this cavern opens up, and there's an obvious path to your left, and then it tees off here and goes in both directions.
Faye's gonna go this way for sure.
Bron's just gonna follow. So.
Faye finds herself in what appears to be a dining room set with several tables and chairs sized for small folk. A stout wooden cabinet against the east wall has one of its doors open, and you can see dishware and utensils. There's also another path this way.
Keep going down the path.
And you basically have two choices. There's a door over here, and then there's
okay.
A path.
We'll go with the door then, if there's a door.
You open the door and find a kitchen furnished with gnomes in mind. So everything is either close to the floor or readily reachable by tugging on an overlay of complicated rope and pulley mechanisms. There are 5 rock gnomes here, which are, let me see here. There is no picture or description for them. So they are small creatures, even by dwarvish and halfling standards, only 2 feet or so tall. Their skin is like a stony gray and has the same kind of consistency of stone. And their expressions are all like stern and unmoving. Let me see here. There is one using a poker to stoke a hot fire on a stove. There's another one using a complicated press-like contraption to squeeze oil out of a big mushroom. A third one is standing on top of a low table and using like a mechanical rolling pin contraption to knead like a green bread dough. Um, and there are several caps of big green mushrooms kind of scattered around her. The fourth is standing next to her, moving dough into loaves of green like bread. His tongue is sticking out as he's carefully shaping all of these. And the last is teetering on a stool as she's stuffing a big purple mushroom into a barrel for purposes that you guys don't understand. You guys are noticed by everyone else who seem annoyed at your presence. What would you guys like to do? They're still continuing about their work.
In gnomish phase, it's going to be like, hello. We're here about the posting over in Phandelver.
Let me see here. The gnome who was standing on top of the table and using like the rolling pin contraption just kind of turns to you and says, "What job posting?"
Pete, I could not understand what you said, Dave.
What job posting?
Faye's going to look at Bronze and it's like, did you bring it with you?
Or so did you suddenly pull it off the wall?
And, Faye's going to take it from Bronze and then just, like, hand it to the gnome.
Who snatches it out of your hand and, like, scans it quickly and says, "Phandelver, sending adventurers out here and don't tell us anything in the kitchen." And there, she's grumpy and she hands it back to you, and it's got like green like oils on it and like a little bit of dough. As she hands it back to you and says, "I don't know about this. You should talk to," and these are actual names in the book. You should talk to Fibblestib or Dabbledob. They're in the workshop.
Okay. Thank you.
Were they speaking in common or Dwarven?
Or gnomish.
They were replying in Gnomish because that's what that's what Faye started to talk to them in.
Okay.
Faye's just gonna, close the door and she's gonna turn to Bronze. It's like, well, they had no idea about this job posting, so they said to go to the workshop to talk to, what was the name again? Like it was Fibble?
Fibblestib or Dabbledob.
To speak to Fibblestib or Dabbledob.
Okay.
They have no clue about this posting. They seemed annoyed.
Did you ask them where that forge was?
No. I'm pretty sure it's this way. And Faye's is gonna we'll just walk around and find out. Because at this point, they seem to not want to have anything to do with us. They are not fans of Phandelver nor its adventurers. So keep your wits about you. Don't say anything rude. No converting.
And I do need to know whether or not you went back out the door you came, or there did appear to be like another pathway in the kitchen itself.
I think Faye would have closed the door and just gone this way.
Yep. Okay. Cool. As you get to this point, I need to double check what's in there. Oh, that's an interesting picture. Parked in the alcoves of this other empty room are two gnomish contraptions. Each resembles a crab with a barrel for a shell, six articulated metal legs, and a pair of forward facing pincer claws. There's a hatch on top of each barrel, and they are chilling here. And they're just chilling here in this otherwise empty room.
Oh.
Evangelion.
Faith is gonna keep walking.
Yeah, Bronze doesn't know. He's smart enough to not fuck around with people
No,
stuff.
we know not to mess with stuff. We've learned our lessons.
And as I'm assuming you're making your way into the next room.
Yeah.
You are greeted by the sight of. Bolted to the floor of this room is a rotating platform equipped with four heavy crossbows. Each crossbow is attached to like a belt of different bolts that are being fed into it. At a height of 6 feet above the crossbows is a chair equipped with pedals. And as you watch the strange figure, it's another gnome in here, it's obvious that these pedals are responsible for making this device rotate. And this is a clanking, clattering contraption making lots of noise. But the creature on the chair takes notice of you and has just like wild and compared to the like pissed off kind of service industry style demeanor that the people in the kitchen had. This chick is giving off more of like mad scientist vibes. And she like hits the levers and pedals and flips this contraption around to where it's pointing at Faye, and all the while is cackling maniacally and says, "Ah, new targets for my new toy!" And just like whipping this thing around to face you.
Faye's immediately like, "Excuse me, we are looking for." I cannot pronounce their names. I'm sorry. I'm saying Fibble and Gibble at this point because I can't pronounce their name. The two gnomes. Do you know where we can find them? We're here on a mission.
No, but I know where you can find some bolts. Boom! Fires one of these bolts straight at Faye. And you guys need to roll initiative.
Oh, damn you, goddamn crazy ass gnomes.
Damn. Knowing that like she had pointed, could I have cast a spell in that time, or no?
If you had thought to do so before I asked for an initiative roll, 100%. But with the like she got it flipped. She pulled the lever. It's a crossbow bolt. Like the crossbow bolt's already in the air. So that'll be you'll just use your first turn on whatever it is. That's why we do initiative, to see how quick everybody is. Ooh, that's wild. All right, what is your guys' results there, friends?
24.
24. Tentifo. Bronze?
Not that. It's like 7. 7.
7.
Or no, 8. 8. It is 8.
Okay, then you gotta give me a second. Okay, cool. Need some dice. Does 10 beat Phase AC?
It does not.
I'm assuming not. Does 17 beat Phase AC?
It does not.
I'm assuming a 24 does beat Phase AC, though.
24 does, yeah.
So all four of these crossbows fire simultaneously. and 4 bolts fly towards Faye, who's able to like matrix out of the way of 3 of them, but the last one does like embed itself in like the base of her skull right by one of her horns, and does some damage that I need to roll. Modifier? I don't think there is. No, straight up. So it does 4 piercing damage, and as it makes contact, the cackling goes up like a whole octave and a half. But it is your turn, Faye. What would you like to do?
Could I able device this thing?
You'd have to get close enough to it to do that, and you'd have to know how it works. I mean, this is like a super complicated gnomish contraption that, like, if you could take some time to study it for sure, but she's gonna shoot at you while you're trying to study it.
Hold on, let me check one thing. Where is it? Where is it? Gotta find it. Can I just beat the shit out of it?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Because she's on top of it. She is not accessible from the ground. She's like floating in the air on top of all of these, like between all these like pulleys and levers and shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not aim at the gnome. Okay, so can I study target the device?
What does study target do? Just remind me what that ability
Player
is.
Study an opponent to gain a 2+ bonus on bluff, knowledge, and sense motive, a 2+ on perception and survival checks against that opponent, and a +2 on weapons attacks and damage rolls.
Yeah, fuck yeah, 100%.
Okay, we're going to study that, and that will take up my movement from what I remember. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to study that. I'm going to then do deadly aim. So that's going to like it takes a 2+ on the attack.
I remember deadly aim.
Yeah, and then let me see. Additional attack round. And then I'm gonna do many shot to do 2 arrows. So I roll twice, both at the regular thing, and I want to say the rule was like 1 gets the +4, but 1 doesn't. I want to say
right, because your second shot is usually at a disadvantage. You don't usually get a as high of a bonus on it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna roll. Let me see. What do I add? Okay. Yeah. So I add 12, and then yes, 7.
That's all you. I'm trusting you to take care of your adds and your minuses from all your abilities and stuff.
Okay. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then roll both your attacks first before you do damage.
Oh no, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the other one.
Cool.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 26.
Also hits because 23 hit. So roll your damage twice.
Okay, D8. Yeah. Okay, and then the 6 or the 12 plus the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16 plus the 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 20 damage.
20 damage. Great.
Yeah.
And as you fire at one crossbow, one of the mechanisms, you hit one of the pulleys, and one of the crossbows just like completely goes limp, stops reloading. And then you turn, you fire at another one, at one of the supports holding the crossbow up, and it dangles down and is like pointing straight down at the ground. And it appears that only 2 of the crossbows are operational at this point, which is reiterated by the fact that the strange, deranged gnome sitting in this chair says, "No, my machine, all my hard work, you will pay, you will pay." Which was my machine, all my hard work, you will pay, you will pay.
Stop your madness now, and we will leave your machine alone.
Destroyer of beautiful, beautiful machines! No! Resistance is what you're getting.
Face is kind of like, no, you are your demise of your beautiful machine attacking a stranger.
New targets! Just targets! Only targets! She keeps referring to you guys as targets instead of strangers.
A target that has now decided to break your machine.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Faye?
Faye, can I do like a mental health check on this chick?
There is no associated skill with that, but she's definitely coming across as crazy.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm wanting to see if this is like, you know how gnomes are kind of known to be a bit kooky? Is there like any check I could do to be like, is this like gnomish kooky, or is this like cuckoo Cocoa Puffs?
No, because you have a second. Keep in mind you've
Yeah.
had 6 seconds here. You came in, she turned on you, she fired, you fired back. You had a quick couple lines of dialogue. You know what I mean? It's like you're in reaction mode. You're not there. But I will say that you are correct that gnomes do have a general reputation for being like kooky and weird. And I will remind you that the job posting referred to them as the reclusive rock gnomes of Gnomengarde.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm good then.
Which does bring us to Miss Crazy, who's just got done screaming at Faye after Faye did some damage to her beautiful machine. And with the 2 remaining functioning crossbows, she's going to take shots at Faye. The natural 2 probably does not hit. The 17 turns into a 22 to hit, though, which probably does.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Then that's another 6 piercing damage as one of the 2 remaining crossbows manages to hit you, but the other one breaks into a shower of splinters as it hits the stone wall behind you. And she says, "Yes, yes, you will pay. You will pay for ruining my machine." And Bronze, you're up.
Okay.
Can Faye say something to Bronze?
Talking's always free.
Okay, Faye's just want to be like, do not attack the gnome. We're here on a mission. Get rid of the stupid machine.
I'm aware. I'm like 5 feet behind you. I heard everything.
Okay. I'm going to take a BRB.
Okay. Bronze is going to like yell past Faye, and he's gonna be like if you stop shooting, I won't break the remaining crossbows. And as he like walks up to it and like waits for it to like cycle around.
You won't break any crossbows. You'll be shot by the crossbows. You'll be punched holes by the crossbows. You and your stupid goat friend.
No diplomacy check.
A good DM will never let a player roll a check when there's no chance of success. Bitch is crazy.
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Okay. And then he's gonna like look to Faye and be like, he's gonna like whisper to her, like, I don't want us to get instantly kicked out of here. I think this thing's stationary. We can just walk out the hallway and leave her crazy ass to herself. There's we can go through other entrances. I'm sure we can find another way to find the people we're looking for.
And you can see that there is like a doorway, an archway opposite of where you guys are.
I say we just make a run for it past it. It's not like the thing can move. Yeah, he's just waiting on a response from Faye.
About to say Faye?
Headset fine.
Fine.
Okay.
Didn't come through your headset. Okay, then Bronze, you still have your turn and your movement. It's still your turn.
Okay. Bronze is going to.
It's only a 20-foot deep room in general, 20, 25 feet.
Yeah. 20, 30, 35. If he ran and didn't act, he could just do the 40 feet, right? If
Cool.
it's double
and,
its
and
speed.
as he rounds the corner, he places himself out of sight of the crazy gnome and her wonky contraption.
And yeah, that's gonna be it for him. He's just gonna look at the hallway ahead of him.
Then we're back up to Faye. This crazy gnome with murder in her eyes has this machine pointed at you and is screaming about punching you full of holes. What would you like to do, Faye?
He's gonna follow Bronze.
Cool. It's not a melee weapon, so it doesn't get attacks of opportunity. You can just run past it. And you hear, "No! Don't run away! Your targets must test that machine! No! My beautiful machine is broken!" Obviously having a tough time. But you guys are back in free action. You find that there's stairways down to one of the platforms that overlooks the water. That you could see. It's like this is one of those caves that was up at elevation. And then there's also a couple of tunnels.
I'm gonna go down the tunnels and
Dig,
go right
dig
here.
a tunnel. Dig a tunnel. Dig a tunnel.
I'm just going to delete these because there's no doors, so you'd be able to see them from where you are. There are 2 rooms that these each lead into. One of them has barrels in it, so I'm assuming that means that it's like a storage room when there's barrels and stuff here. G8 contains 12 40-gallon barrels. You can't see how many, but it contains a bunch of 40-gallon barrels, so big-ass barrels set into wide alcoves. Each barrel secured by a wooden brace, and that's all you can see from the hall.
Don't see any gnomes in there.
No. Let me see
Okay.
the bottom room, because you could see them both from where you are just by turning your head. And if you're looking for gnomes, you do see a pair of gnomes standing in this room.
Turning to phase, like, you think that's Fiddlesticks and Combobulon, that whatever you're talking about?
I know. And Faye's gonna start walking towards them and say, like in Gnomish, "Hello, do you know where I can find Fiddlesticks and Kebab, whatever? We have a note to meet with them."
I'm sorry, I missed that. Are you going into that room and talking to them, or are you talking with Bronze?
Yeah, we're talking to them. That's
Okay.
what she was saying.
So you guys, please move your tiles. Make your way down there. You guys make your way down, and you find the mist from the waterfall dampens this empty cave, which has a 10-foot high ledge, which overlooks it from like up here, right? And up at the top of that ledge are where those 2 gnomes are. I was mentioning this room, but they're actually physically up on this platform. And they look down at all of you, and the first one cries out, "Who goes there?" in Gnomish, and the second one cries out the same in Common.
In Gnomish, it's like, "I am Feyroth, and this is my companion Bronze. We were told to come here from Phandelver." And she's going to take the paper that Bronze had and then hand it to them. Some stone rock gnomes told us to look for those 2 guys' names. I still can't pronounce it. About this. And by the way, there's a gnome shooting at people, and like the room behind us is there's something going on.
And one of them says, "Yes, Factor is supposed to help defend us, as are we all, from strange creatures. She's also a little touched and obsessed with her creation, but things have been." And he's like squinting, looking very skeptically at you. "Things have been strange around here lately, and I don't even really believe you." And he sees you like holding this piece of paper, but he's like 10 feet up from where you are, and he says, "Toss that up here."
may I? And then like Bronze like asks for it back, and he fashions a little paper airplane and tosses it up there.
Yeah,
Nice.
sure. I was gonna be like, Faye could just tippy toe it if we want.
And he snatches the paper airplane out of the air, opens it up, holds it between him and the other one. They're both like reading it, and they're like, Phandelver, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who sent you from Phandelver?
It was just on the job board for anyone to take.
Normally,
They're having a dragon problem, so
Dragon
we assume,
problems.
assume that to come here to try to maybe get a device that can defeat the dragon, since previously shown with the last gnome we met, you guys are proficient at weapons.
So we are. We're on orders to attack any shape changers we see, and you two are not gnomes. Mighty suspicious to be coming along when all these disappearances start happening. Who sent you? Prove you are who you say you are.
I mean, nobody sent us, but Harbin Wester's the one that puts those job board notices up.
Yeah, and wait, can Faye do like a roll? Because I know she has the engineering, so she knows a bit about monsters. To think of any way like you could prove you're not a shapeshifter. Like to do something a shape changer could not do.
I mean, there is nothing you can do that a shape changer could not do, because a shape changer could take your form and do whatever you could do. So Faye would just know that's probably not the route to go. But if she wants to just try to like use her words to convince them, that's like a diplomacy check.
Fuck it, let's hope God's on our side. I guess Faye's gonna be like, well, I can't do anything that a shape changer couldn't do, but I can tell you we come from Phandelver. We were sent here. They have a dragon issue. We've dealt with similar monsters before, so maybe we could help you. We've dealt with what was that last creature we dealt with? Big Abo?
I don't know. What was the name of that creature?
Oh, what was the name? Give me 1 second. Nothics. We've hunted Nothics before, so maybe we could help you with this issue in exchange for weaponry to help Phandelver with the dragon.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, not too bad. 19 becomes an 18.
Got you. He does say, yeah, I mean, those would be pretty stupid forms for a shapeshifter to take. And he like obviously perks up at the mention of a Nothic. And he's like, and you've defeated a Nothic. They're creepy, crawly, strange beasts of the dark. They're
Yes.
You might be helpful. Who were you here to talk to?
Fibble,
Fab, and I forget the second guy's name.
We were told by the dwarves the gnomes who were cooking to go look for them because they might know more about this. It seems like no.
We don't have a Fibble Fab. We have a Fibble Star and a Fibble Stib.
Fibble Fib.
Yeah, there we go. Oh. We were told to look for them since no one seems to know about this posting.
Fibblestib works in the workshop, and he points out the passageway to your left. He says it's that way through the bridge, across the room across the first room you get, and into I think the second room is the workshop. Give me just a second. Yeah, and it's the second room that way. And he like points through the door across the bridge.
Thank you. Is there anything to present so we do not get shot at again? So they know we are an issue.
And they both shrug. They're like, if a gnome wants to shoot at you, they're going to shoot at you. We don't take kindly to your non-gnomes creeping around here. Just mind your head.
Wish you would have told me that earlier. And she's just gonna start walking. I'm imagining the arrow is still lodged in the horn.
Probably. Yeah. That's funny.
Before he crosses, Bron's going to test that bridge, make sure it's hold its weight.
Yeah, and it creaks and protests loudly under the weight of bronze and all of his armor, but it does appear to hold.
Who's heavier, Fey or Bronze?
That's probably honestly weigh about the same. He's all stocky and meat and wearing a bunch of armor. You're lightly armored, but much bigger.
Yeah, okay. Waddle, waddle, waddle.
You guys walk across the bridge, run up the stairs, and this room too is lightly obscured and damp with mist from the waterfall. The larger eastern part of the room contains two rapidly spinning devices that look like turnstiles fitted with stacks of long, sharp blades spaced 1 foot apart. The northern turnstile spins counterclockwise, while the southern one spins clockwise. As you look past these blades, on the south wall of the smaller western part of the room, you can see a brass lever in the down position.
Can Faye try to shoot at the lever to turn it off?
It is no, because it's an up down lever, and you could hit it from the side, but it doesn't shift to the side. It shifts up and down.
Oh, okay. She's gonna look at Bronze and it's like, you got any spell to reach that lever?
I'm looking.
I'm looking.
Just Bronze sitting there while Jeopardy music plays.
Okay. So obviously these are turbines, and they got like spikes pointing out of them.
Yeah, so imagine a pillar with spikes coming out every foot as you go up the pillar, and they're just like spinning around in a circle.
Okay. So the only thing I can think of is using Ant Hall to try to hold it.
Interesting. With what? How are you gonna? You could probably hold it, but those blades are gonna cut into you pretty deep while you're trying to hold it, because the blades are the only place you can see that with any leverage to hold.
Oh, they're blades, not spikes.
They're blades. Blades.
Okay.
Is there any way we could like slinky our way past them?
With a successful reflex save, you bet.
Oh, damn.
More of a barrel roll, a tumble. You can try and tumble past them.
I guess can Faye make like an acrobatics check to try to tumble?
I'll let you use your acrobatics skill for this, yeah.
Okay. Faye's gonna try to make an acrobatics check to tumble past to do the levers.
You do that. Bronze has a -6 to acrobatics, so he's not going to give it. He's not a try.
Oh.
What does Bronze say? What does Bronze say? He sees Faye like gearing up to go jump through, and Bronze knows that he's not nimble enough to get through here. What's he doing?
He's not going to say anything, but he's just going to imagine if he were trying to do this, like he'd like do the run up, and then like he'd flip something, and then just get like cut up from both things and bounce around. So he's just going to wait here.
I don't know what Faye's going to do because I feel like Dave could probably describe it best, but nat 20 plus 14 for a total of 34.
Yeah, so Faye is like watching the timing of all of this, like as they spin, and you know because this one is spinning clockwise and this one is spinning counterclockwise, so she cuts through this corner, cuts back, and just like does like a quick zigzag, just like. And like Bronze only has time to blink before Faye is on the other side of all of this, and like there's not a hair out of place. She just like straightens herself up on the other side, and presumably pulls the lever.
Yeah.
Oh.
She big. Oh wait.
Before that happens, I think I know what Bronze. Could he do a perception, notice unusual stonework, see if there's a thing hidden on his side?
He can, and go ahead and roll your check.
25.
You don't notice any unusual stonework, but you do notice like a super clear like walkway. Like this is just been walked through super regularly, just like a straight line. You know, you watch Faye do all this like crazy ass zigzagging, and it's obvious that's not how most people get through this. Like this is obviously relatively well used, and people just walk a straight line. You can see like a worn spot in the floor, but there's nothing. There's no like switches or devices or any of that over here.
Would Bronze be able to walk through it and like could he tell if he's not too big, too wide to walk through it?
With the blade still spinning,
Yeah.
it's the pathway is definitely in the path of the blades of the spinning blades.
Oh.
These gnomes just that good. Faye's just gonna pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk.
And the turbine stops spinning.
Bronze is gonna walk and then he's gonna like try and like touch one of the blades.
They are definitely sharp.
Okay. Yeah. Then he's gonna walk. He's gonna walk normally. Walk past it.
And now that the turbines are off, he finds himself walking pretty much the same path that's well worn on the floor.
Okay.
Great.
Should we turn it back on?
I figure it's only
A light.
yeah.
Faye's gonna turn it back on, and I guess we just.
And they all start spinning like crazy again.
Maybe
And
we
with
should-
this, guys, it's 8 o'clock. We've been doing this for an hour plus, so I'm gonna call our quick break. Let's plan to be back around 8 on the nose. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Meet you guys back here in a little while.
All right.
Cool.
back here, and okay. There we go. And chill. All right. So you guys are going down the stairs into this next space. And you can overhear, well, I guess, you can overhear an argument in Gnomish bronze, which means that Faye is able to understand that these two gnomes are arguing. One of them has proposed a sanity ray, quote unquote. I think we should try a sanity ray. And the other one replies, that's dumb. We should build something, we should build a straitjacket instead. And they're just kind of like bickering back and forth. One of them thinks that a sanity ray is the best course of action, while the other thinks that a straitjacket is the best course of action.
Faye's gonna, I guess, like walk in, and then Gnomish is like, why not do both?
You're gonna say why not do both?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, give me a second.
Appeal to the gnomes.
And they say, both, huh? Well, hold on. Who are you? How'd you get here?
Ards let us in. We're looking for two gnomes named, once again, Fibblesnib and the other one. I just can't pronounce those names.
Well, I'm Fibblestib, the gnome who was proposing the sanity ray, and said, "What can I do for you?"
Well, we're from Phandelver, and we were given this. And Faye's gonna like get the note from Braun, hand it to him, and we were told to come down here to try to work with you guys to get some type of device to help with a dragon they're having up there. But we were told that you guys were having issues with a shape changer. Something maybe we could help you with in exchange for a dragon killing item.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. The one that proposed the straitjacket said. And the one, Fibblestib, takes the note from you, looks at it, chuckles, and says, "Ha! I see you ran into Panana in the kitchen."
Yep, and we ran into another gnome on our way here who shot us.
And the gnome who suggested the straitjacket said, "Ha! That's Factor with their big crossbows. She call you guys targets."
Yep, and now she ain't got no crossbows.
Half a crossbow.
I bet that crazy bitch was pissed off as hell.
Yes, she's very. Is this all in Gnomish or is this in Common?
Yeah. So far, this is all in Gnomish because you replied in Gnomish, correct?
Yeah.
So okay, so then this is a good opportunity to stop. Bronze just hears Faye just like chattering away with these workshop people.
Faye says it's like it's going good, and then she's gonna look at them and be like, "Do you speak Common, perhaps?" He does not speak Gnomish.
Hold on, real quick. I want Bronze's reaction.
He's been looking back and forth between them, and he's just like getting a little bit frustrated. So that's all you see.
Okay. And then you hear Faye, cut through in Common. He doesn't speak Gnomish. And the gnomes reply in Common, "Yeah, we know Common. What about it? We only have to speak it when we're talking with outsiders, but if you come from Vandalen and you're pulling jobs off the board, I mean, we didn't have anything to do with this." And he like gestures the note in his hand. He said, "But yeah, you might be able to help us." And so they start in, right? And they say, "Okay, so here in Gnomengarde, we have two kings, and they are, a lot of kingdoms have a king and a queen. We have two kings instead, and they haven't been seen for a long time. Let me see here. Hold on, your DM needs a second for names because it's not a world that he came up with, so he's got to read all this stupid shit."
Bob and Steve.
He says King Narkley and King Corbos. He says, "Word has it that Corbos won't let Narkley leave their royal chambers. And, well, I think it's because of the shapeshifter that's been around. Allegedly, I mean, I've heard stories. Nobody's seen the shapeshifter, but admittedly, we have had a couple of gnomes go missing in the last 10 days. And some people think it's suspicious, but I, for one, am more interested in returning sanity to our kings.
How about this? If we can go in there and help return sanity to your king, whether that be like killing the thing that's made him insane or whatever, and freeing your other king, you guys, or well, your people can help us create a device that could kill a dragon.
I mean, and you look around, and this is obviously like the workshop, which operates as the heart and soul of this gnomish society. Outside of their, legal system and their, kings that rule. Based on all the contraptions you saw in the kitchen, based on the crazy crossbow thing, based on those crazy ass spinning blades you came in, and now all of these other, you know, 30 or 40 different works in progress, lining from, little coin sized devices sitting on a workshop with like gears and springs turning to, other huge 40, 50 foot, rotating spherical contraptions. It's obvious that these gnomes are capable of, if nothing else, creating. And let me see here. The gnome that you've been speaking with says, "Yeah, I mean, if you can figure out what's going on with our kings and return them to sanity without having to use experimental technology on our own kings, then that would probably be the best."
Okay. Can you give us information on them? Like what was your one king like before insanity and what's the other one like?
I mean, they're both kingly individuals, highly capable of leadership, up until recently, with relatively sound heads on their shoulders. I would not refer to either of them as a coward, which is why it seems strange that they are both holed up in the royal chambers, and when we approach, we only ever seem able to speak with. Let me see here. To speak with Corbo's, and Corbo's is obviously not in his right mind right now.
Okay. I presume they've had a healthy marriage up until this point. No disputes.
No, model pillars of the community.
Okay. Faye's gonna kind of look at Bronze and is like, guess we're saving some kings.
Not every day you do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you point us or lead us to where your highnesses are, the kings?
And they point you, I believe, down the only other. Oh, there's two hallways here. I think they point you down this hallway, down to these double doors. But let me double check that. Yeah, yeah. They point you down to this room here, and they tell you that that is the throne room, which is empty. Excuse me. They tell you the bedroom that they've holed themselves up in is up here through this chamber here. This is the bedroom area that they're holed up in. Cool, cool. And if you guys make your exit, then the two bickering gnomes get back to work, and you can hear them bickering instead about, whether the metric or imperial fantasy system is superior for measuring and caliper tools. and you guys make your way, up the hallway and to a large ornate doorway, which is obviously fit for royalty.
Bronze knocks on the door.
And you hear a voice from inside and say, "Yeah, yes,
What did it say?
yes."
Yes. Your Highness, we are here to help you with your shape changer issue.
Shape changer, evil in the tunnels. Tunnels are evil. Could be anyone, could be anything. Never trust anyone who's your friends.
Exactly, Your Highness. We have been sent to kill this creature for you on your behalf. May we come in to confirm that you are in fact the king?
I am the king. Royalty am I. Shapeshifter I am not. You could be shapeshifter.
How do I know that you're not the shapeshifter if I cannot see you?
I'm not the shapeshifter. I am King Corbiz. King Corbiz could never be a shapeshifter. King Corbiz knows he's not the shapeshifter. Shapeshifter's out there. Could be anyone. Could be you.
But wouldn't you rather meet the heroes that will kill the shape changer for you?
Heroes kill shapechanger. Proof of shapechanger death. Yes, shapechanger must die.
Yes. Would you be okay with us meeting with your husband to check on his well-being before we begin our hunt?
My husband, Nerkly, I protect him. Nerkly is under my protection. He will be protected by me. Not a shapeshifter. He's not. No. You could be a shapeshifter. Gotta protect him from you, the shapeshifter.
And Faye's gonna look at Bronze like, well,
We could bust the door down.
Around. No, don't. And Faye's just like, don't. How about this? You tell us the last place you saw the shape changer so that we can help track it down. Like, what kind of shape changer is it, perhaps? Is it a mimic or something else?
Good call.
So does the Bronze smell anything?
Does Bronze smell anything?
Yeah, like I don't know. It's the worst case scenario. There's a shapeshifter in there, and there's bodies rotting.
No, he does not smell the scent of death or decay at all. No, it smells damp. It smells musty here. Um, you know, but no, you do not smell any decay.
Okay.
And the the King Corbiz says, "Could be anyone, could be anything, could be anywhere. It moves, it does. Moves as people, moves as items. I have no idea. It could be large, it could be small, it could be you, it could be, well, it's not me, but it could be you."
Oh, okay. Do you know what kind of shape changer it is? What species? So we know how to best hunt it.
Changes shape it does. Large teeth it has when it changes shape.
With any of this, could Bronze do like a sense motive or anything?
For what?
I don't know. See if it's actually the dude, or if it's like a dude just gone crazy, or if it's a shapeshifter playing an act.
You don't know King Corbiz, so you have no idea. You have nothing to benchmark it against, so you can't tell that.
Yeah, the only thing, basically, what I'd be trying to see is basically, is it? I don't know. Does it sound earnest in what he's saying?
It sounds like he's a bit touched, to quote Flibberflab, whatever his name is, and like he definitely sounds a bit touched for sure, and crazy. But you're like, but no, I mean he just sounds crazy.
Okay. With him mentioning like the big teeth it had and all that, could Faye do like a dungeoneering roll to try to like use her Slayer knowledge to like think of any like creatures that are
Everything
shape
has
changers?
everything has teeth.
Hmm. Okay, can she try to limit to like the shape changers that she would think would be in here, like a best guess kind of thing?
You know what, Faye? This is, you can best guess, sure, but I as a DM don't have that knowledge for you, so I'm going to save you the roll, and it is a mystery.
Okay, we don't know. Okay. Um, has this shape changer attacked you personally, Your Highness?
It did. It did. Its teeth, they were large. Barely got out alive. Must protect my husband.
What did it attack you as?
Almost bit my ass off. It did. It was a chair.
It was a chair. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, we will begin the search immediately, Your Highness. If you would send your husband our best wishes.
Send him wishes. Send him kisses. You will find the creature.
Ron's is gonna use detect magic
Cool.
and cast it, like, and just try to get a read to see if there's any magical things in the room or around him as well.
So it's a cone. So you're going to point him at the door.
Yeah.
Great.
Wait, how many times can you do that a day?
It's a
Trip.
yeah.
Okay. Wait, and that would tell us like a shape changer is a magical creature, so.
Not necessarily, but if there's another talisman kind of situation.
Our booty bug bomb.
There are definitely magical items behind that door. Yeah.
What kind of, like, I guess magic is it?
Elemental and arcane. It looks like.
That doesn't sound like shapeshifty stuff.
Not exactly. I don't know.
The curiosity bronze, does bronze have any like identify spells, like things that could like if the creature's in the room pretending to be something, we could figure it out?
I do not think so.
Damn.
On a side note, I'm so happy you guys picked this quest off the board because this is like the perfect thing for the two of you to do together.
That's why I picked it, because I was like, okay, this is the least outwardly like. The other one's an orc gang. This is a bad idea.
Right, like exactly. It's not a manticore. It's not an orc gang. It's a bunch of weird, quirky, gnomes, and there's a little bit of mystery, and yeah.
We're like the oh no, we're not. It's that one movie. We're the Velma and Daphne spin-off movie. But okay.
Regarding spells, no, I did not have anything that would help us here. I think we just gotta.
And Bronze, that was the first spell you've cast since you guys have been here, right? Because you didn't end up casting Ant Hall.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Well, Faze is gonna back up. Probably get over to here and like talk to Bronze so we can get a game plan.
Okay. So, Bibblesnib and Garbodon have they seem to know a little bit more about what's been happening with the shapeshifter. King seems to be off his gourd, so I don't think we're gonna get much more off him. We can maybe ask him and see where those gnomes that wandered off, where they last were seen. We can maybe try checking that out.
Yeah. I have another idea as well.
Okay.
If we can get all the gnomes in this colony in one area, it might make looking for it a bit easier. Because if it either has to go in the room with everyone and remain there.
Yeah, but if they don't trust us, I really don't think that they're gonna, hey, a bunch of strangers are like gather in one room. I don't think
Well,
they're going to
if they
necessarily
know
trust that.
if they know it is on their king's orders, we've been instructed to hunt this shape changer, and if this is a part of it, I assume they might be more agreeable, especially if they know this is to save both their kings. But if we can get everyone in one room at least, we may be able to identify the changer if it's one of them. And if not, everyone stays in that one room so we have an easier time hunting without anyone getting harmed. Because that's our biggest issue. If we have people walking around freely, it could be changing from back and forth. We could talk to one person, turn around, they leave, and the shape changer takes its place. For all we know, it's going to be too difficult. I think let's go talk to those two, like you said, figure out where those gnomes went missing, and see if there's any way we could have them all join in one area and explain the issue, and let them know that under their king's order, we need to have them remain here to prevent this shape changer from taking any of their forms while they're there.
Sure.
And those two.
Let's talk to those two, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Boop, 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 boop.
You make your way back to the workshop, and they are still bickering. At this point, they've gone back to their work, but they're still bickering back and forth about what gauge of thread is best for heavy machinery.
I guess like when Faye kind of gets in the room, she's gonna go like, mm-hmm.
Says, oh, and how do you like our illustrious king?
Charming, even in insanity.
He is a crazy ass sweetheart.
Yeah. We have talked to him, and it seems he was attacked by a shape changer. We are not sure what kind, if it was a mimic or another, but it turned into a chair and bit him.
Oh, he told you a chair? And he was like, he told me a chest. And and the other gnome is like, he told me it was a table.
The Magnus may have fogged his memory, but it seems he did, at least from his recollection, see a shape changer. We need to know. You had mentioned missing residents. Did they go missing from like a similar area? Were they last seen in one location?
Has anyone else said that the shapeshifter was inanimate objects or people?
And they're just like, no one else really believes there's a shapeshifter. And they're like, I don't even know if I believe there's a shapeshifter. I mean, people go missing. You said there's a fucking dragon out there. I mean, shit happens, right?
Yes, but on the orders of the king, we are going to hunt this creature. Hopefully, it doesn't exist, but if it does, we need as much information as we can get. And we're wondering if anything of unusualness with them missing happened. Is it that they go to one area and then not come back? Like, what were the circumstances that they went missing?
Says, one of them didn't show up for dinner, and the other one didn't show up for breakfast, like 4 days apart from each other, 5 days apart from each other. They're like,
Okay.
I don't really know where they were. They was like, they weren't my workshop people, so I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. How many gnomes? What?
I mean,
As it
not really. People wander off and drown. There's water out there, and we're kind of heavy, but fall. But I don't
Accidents. How many gnomes in total live here?
Like 20.
Okay. I want to recommend something. and this is on the behalf of your king for his wellness to try to hunt this shape changer. Shape changers can take the form of many things, and one thing he is concerned of is it taking the form of subjects. One way we can hunt this creature and avoid having to worry about harming any of you by accident or ruling out who a shape changer may have taken the form of. If we could we have everyone gather in one area and remain there while me and my companion Bronze hunt this creature so that it cannot hide amongst you and pluck you guys off one by one if it is real?
Well, what if one of us is already the shapeshifter and you put us in a room with it and then lock us there and leave us there with the hungry shape changer?
Arm
We would
yourselves.
provide you with weapons. You would
They
get
have
to
their
kill
own.
the shape changer that harmed your king, bring glory to your name.
Well, why the fuck would we do that? That's why you're here.
Well, that's just an off chance that happens.
I don't know if it can be a. Or what if you come back? What if you say you're coming back, but you're not you and you're the shape changer and we don't know because you left and then came back?
We give you a safe word.
What if I give you a riddle?
Yeah, might work.
That work? Okay. We will. How about this? We will examine everyone who goes into the room, see if anything might be off magically.
Wait, hold on. You want to interrupt everybody? You want to stop the kitchen? You want to stop our workshoppers? You want to just bring the entire settlement to a standstill?
Do you want your kings back? Because right now, unless we do this, he's not coming out. And from the sounds of it, while he is caring for his husband, the care of a madman may not be of adequate quality.
And the other gnome says, "Yeah, be that as it may, I'm not going to leave my workshop with strangers wandering the settlement."
What if one of you comes with us? Make sure, or like you send whoever you want so that we don't steal or harm anything.
And he says, "Nothing personal. What's to stop you from slitting my throat as soon as you have everybody else locked up?" "No, thank you."
We do a blood contract.
Blood contract? Yeah, I don't want to have any part in that. We don't even fucking bleed. We're rocks.
Yeah, but me and Bronze do. We could make a contract with you to prevent us from harming whoever goes with us so that you have a guarantee.
"I don't like all this blood magic," the other one says. It's like, "Yeah, but that's supposed to be like permanent, right? Like you can't fucking cheat that shit." The other one's like, "Yeah, but what? How many blood artists do you know?" And the other one's like, "None. Maybe they know one."
Some trust here has to be made in order to save your king. Your kings. It's either we do it this way or we don't have much other choice. Because if this thing is constantly changing shape, we will be wandering the halls forever trying to figure it out until everyone is dead. These things get hungry, they will eat. As it seems, every few days.
And
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go for it.
As you can see, we were attacked coming in here. And we have continued to help you guys, even though so far we have been shot at and not treated the best of quality.
Yeah, that's because you need our fucking help killing your goddamn dragon, though. And they like gesture around their workshop, and they're like, "That's because this is the only one of these in this part of Neverwinter."
Yes. But so far, we got shot trying to ask a question before you could turn us down. All we are asking here is for a bit of leeway here to try to help you guys and help your king in this situation, because if this continues, I don't think people are going to be here to man the workshop if that thing keeps going at the rate it's going.
How many days has it been since the last disappearance?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
That thing's getting ready to feed then. Probably soon, if not already.
And one of them says, "If there even is a shapeshifter, you're going on the word of our crazy ass king."
Well, doesn't it make sense if you were attacked by a shape changer that you would go a bit crazy yourself? Like, his madness seems to have sparked out of nowhere, and he's saying a shape changer came. That doesn't seem random. Shape changers can affect your mind in ways that can make one go mad.
And then one of them says, and the other one says, "You know what? I don't think that we're the only gnomes in Gnomengarde who are suspicious of outsiders and don't want you snooping around here while we're all locked away." And they said, "But I do like what you said about a code word." Says, "What's to stop you from setting up a code word with everyone, and then, if you, then everyone can still do their work, and if you need to make sure someone's real, you can check with them with the word."
Okay. Would it be okay if we momentarily line everyone up so everyone can know the code word and then you guys go back to work?
No, we do not line everyone up. We do it individually.
But then how do we know we're not talking to the mimic?
Simple. They'd they'd only know their code words. So if they changed to anyone else, they would not know the other code words.
Okay. Do you have a list of maybe all the residents then, so we can check everyone off, basically?
"Yeah, we can do that for you." And they go through and they, get a piece of paper and they scratch down everybody's names. And you're looking at these names and you're like, "Oh my fucking god!" It's like Flibble Flob McGoggle and like Snibber Snabber and just like all these just like crazy ass fucking gnomish names.
Bing bong.
But
Bronze.
there's like a quick little blurb about next to each of them, like 5 of them have the word kitchen written next to their name. One of them had what was her name? Factor has crossbow room written next to it, and it's like basically where they can normally be found.
Faye point at Factor's name and is like, in regards to her, anything we can do to get her to not shoot at us on sight? So we can get her the code word?
Yeah, that one's gonna be a challenge. But I can tell you that Factor has always been this crazy, so for whatever that's worth.
Okay, and we have a list of everyone's names, correct?
Everyone's names and where they can, like, what their job is, like where they can be found right now during like the day shift. Quote.
Okay. Bronze is gonna go to Faye, and then he is going to he is gonna basically like let's talk in private for a second, and then we'll come back in.
Dave, could you send us a list of all the names so I can write them down on a sticky note?
I literally don't have them all. I'd have to make some up.
I feel like it could be a role play thing of we have a list of names and it's assumed that we're gonna go do that and
right
abstract it a bit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so we got, what was the 2 guys at least we have now? Fibble?
Yeah. Let me give you all the names that you guys know as of now. I will give you those names. So Factor, Factore, with a little blurberdub over it, accent mark. Fack Tor Tore, but it's probably supposed to be like Factore because it's got a little delete. But anyway,
is that the crazy one?
Yeah. So there's Factor, and then and that's the one. You guys forgot the name, but they would have given it to you when they wrote it down there. So the 2 like the 2 gnomes in the adventures place are Fibblestib, 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 and Dabbledob, Dabbledob. I shit you not, man. And
Andreas,
then
please say you're getting this because I'm not.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm hoping that this will be abstracted because I have a plan for what I want to do.
cool. I
Okay,
mean,
I'm not
that's all the
writing
names
down.
you got were those three names of the crazy chick, and then the two of these. Oh, and then the king. I guess you probably should write down his name. His name is King Korboz, Korboz. He's the crazy one. And his husband is King Nerkli, Gnerkli.
Okay, what was hold on.
So Korboz the king, and Nerkli the king also.
Yeah, did we get the names by chance of the guards or no?
No, you did not get their names.
Okay.
They're on this sheet though, so I mean you know them. Your characters effectively know their names. They don't know which is which, but they know the names of those two guards.
That was.
What?
And that was.
Oh no, they're not written down. I don't think. I'll
Oh,
just give
okay.
them to you, but I think we're going to end up abstracting a lot of this, like Andreas was saying. Not even going to introduce yourselves, Alfred. They've already met a lot of people here, Jeremy. They've already met a lot of folks. So.
Out of curiosity, could I just I know that this is probably online. Could I just Google like the gnome names? Because they
You're
sound
like you spoil yourself. If you look up those specific names, it's gonna pull up a thing of it. It's gonna be like, this person is the.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to find just the thing that says
Just go
gnome.
to fantasynamegenerator.com and go put in D&D gnome names, and I'm sure they'll come up.
Okay.
Flibbleflab and Sticklestop and
So
all the weird stuff.
Factor, Fibblestib, and Dabbledob for sure, and then King
Korboz and
Korboz.
Nerkli.
Korboz. Okay.
Dingleberry. Dinglebob.
Okay,
Dabbledob.
Gribble, Grab, and Fibblesnib, correct?
Fibblestib and Dabbledob.
Dabbledob was one of them. I know. Fibblestib and Dabbledob.
I love these names so much.
Somebody had a lot of fun at Wizards of the Coast, sitting at home thinking about these names, or getting paid to sit at work and think about these names.
Oh my god.
Oh man. He's on at 8:45, Becky. It's way too late to start playing D&D. Jeremy got on and Becky's like, suspicious, you're supposed to be playing. And it's like, yeah, but it's like hours after we started.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 2 I think we can rule out because the kings are obviously locked away and we can't do nothing with that.
I'm okay. So this is where I'm hoping my plan will work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in the hallway. No one's around. This kind of thing. So Bron's talking to Faye, and the plan is basically, each person will get their own code word. We will not let them know that everyone has an individual code word. We just tell them, hey, the what's it called? Code word. The shapeshifter code word is blank. Anytime we see each other, we shall relay we relay the code word to each other.
Should we tell anyone else?
What do you mean?
Like
no, we're not telling anyone else because who knows? We could have been talking to the shapeshifter all this time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think we should tell them not to reveal their code word to anyone else.
Yeah, do not reveal the code word to anyone else, otherwise the plan is ruined.
Yeah. Okay.
Or yeah, do not reveal the code word to anyone but us, and basically it's going to be a thing of we're going to go through the people, we're going to find all of them, write down the code words so that we know, like, hey, Nerkli, what's the code word? And it's like, the code word is Yarbnarb or something.
Yarbnarb.
Code word is big booty bitches.
And it's a thing of like, you basically whisper it or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremy has pitched banana and Poughkeepsie as 2 of the safe words.
We got 20 names. We can have all the ones you can think of.
Yeah.
Throw them out there.
Okay.
He's
The
also telling a
fact,
story about how his grandmother was a knife throwing nun, so I feel like knife throwing nun should be one of them, or maybe just
yeah,
knife nun, or both
I feel like Factore, the crazy bitch, should be bananas.
bananas. That's good.
And how do you spell bananas with that one song? Bananan. Ban and okay.
Bananas. Cool. So,
This,
so you guys have this loose plan to go talk to everybody, pull them aside one by one, give them a code word, and tell them not to tell that code word to anybody except you guys. And that's how you're going to be able to tell if any of the people you're talking to have been, eaten or whatever. And then if you accidentally tell it to somebody who's already a mimic, then you'll at least know, if they change to somebody else, they'll give you the wrong code word.
yeah.
Mhm.
Code name Goats Next Door. This point, okay. What should Fibble, Stib, and Dabbledob's code names be?
I mean, I'm hoping that it's a thing of like, hey, if we ever interact with them, it's going to be a thing of like, they told you the code word. It is not the code word you talked about.
Right, yeah.
No,
You guys
I'm
don't
just.
have to come up with 20 different code words if you don't want to. It sounds like Jennifer just
I
wants to come
want
up with
to.
code words for
I
at least
do
these
not.
two.
I do not.
Okay, I've already begun writing them down. Please. This is funny.
20 of them. I mean, if you want to do the rest of them on your own, I just know I do not want to write down 20 different things.
Tell Jeremy to hop in the call.
No, Jeremy is already back in. He took the dog out. He's brought the dog back
Dang.
in. He literally just
I
hopped on the
wanted a
phone
code
for a
name
few
maker.
minutes while he was out.
Fine. Okay, I'll look up a code name generator.
Um, Sounds good. For narrative purposes, we'll let you do that in the background, and you guys can still work out your plan and start doing stuff in the meantime. So there are areas you guys haven't been to yet. So we're gonna say, my big question is, what are you doing with bananas? What's your big plan with her?
I'm saying let the bitch die.
So you're not even gonna fucking talk to this bitch.
No.
We can,
Faye
like,
wants to, but we probably should.
if we peek our heads around the corner and, like, see if she's willing to talk, we can talk from, like, afar or, like, where she cannot hit us. And if she's willing to do that, then we can. And, like, hey, can we come in and you not shoot at us? Sure. It's like we go in. If not, like, all right, stay in your crow's nest or whatever.
Yeah, and I will, for role playing purposes, say that you guys get there. You pop your head around the corner. As soon as you start talking, she whips around and starts screaming and shooting at you. And you guys like try and talk her down, and she's just like calling you, terrible machine destroyers and anti technology. And when you start talking about there's a mimic here, we want to make sure that you're, a shape changer here that we want to make sure doesn't get you. She just starts screaming, "I hope it gets you!" And she's being pretty obstinate.
Okay. And then I don't think it ever happened, but me and Faye will have a code word between us.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it should be goat fuckers.
That's fine.
Okay.
Cool. That one you should definitely
regards,
know. We'll
in
abstract the
regards,
rest of them, but the one between the two players can be a real one.
yeah, in regards to Factore, maybe we should try to appeal to her, but like with the king stuff. Maybe she's crazy, but it's like.
I mean, I think she's gone. I don't. If she's gonna chill up there the whole day, then that takes care of herself. No one's gonna mess with her. She's not gonna mess with anyone. Is there?
I'm sorry. I'm reading other rooms. One more time.
Oh no. It was just silent for bad. I don't know if it got disconnected or if I interrupted
No,
someone.
I just don't have a dog in this fight at this point. You guys are like planning and stuff, and until I hear, okay, that's what we're doing, and we start. It's like you're not gonna get any resistance from anybody. There's a couple of logistical problems. The first being that, you know, crazy bitch is still shooting at you with a crossbow, and this is the only way through back to the kitchen, as far as you know, unless you get there some other way. and then you haven't been in this. There's a hallway down here, and there's this set of stairs here that you haven't been to yet, and so presumably you got to go. Talk to whoever's there, but you would know based on the piece of paper you have, being able to deduce the different like defining words. One of them is dormitories, because that's where a bunch of these names are. Is written next to a bunch of these names, and then the other one is labeled. Oh, actually, you know what? That's it. It's just dormitory. So one of those is the dormitory, and you don't know what the other one is because it's not labeled.
Do I just write down the rest of like just some random gnome names?
If you want them, they are. I'll send them in chat. I have them here.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured we'd just go through the areas, see what we can find, and imagine if she keeps shooting at us, we can like maybe go down these things and just instead of going through her room, like bypass it.
Yeah, that's a good solution. Yeah, those guys definitely have the funnest names because the rest of them they're fun, but they're not nearly as fun as Flabadab. Okay, so you guys start going through here. You find a heavy locked door down here that no one responds to when you knock, and it appears to be highly secure. The other one doesn't have any kind of like door to it, it's just another archway, and it's like a cave strewn with the remnants of old campfires. There are like sleeping areas with wooden cots crammed into them. There's 8 different gnomes with the names that I just posted in chat, that are making themselves food, and they look at you all curiously, and they when you start name dropping the other gnomes and telling about your plan and talking to the king, they're like willing to go along with it. They're like, all right, this is weird but sure, and they're willing to go along with your plan. This is. I'll just delete this so you can see. It's just a pathway to get up to where those guards were, and you just holler at them from down low and tell them, or you tell you to talk to them. One of them comes down, the walkway, talks to you, goes back up. The other one comes down. You whisper to him, he goes back up. Um, you bypass bananas by sliding down this, and then walking back up here, and you go to the kitchen and you talk to everybody in the kitchen. And then I think that room behind the kitchen is just like a storeroom. I don't think there's anybody there. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's literally just a pantry. So they're like, yeah, there's nobody back there. That's just the pantry. And you've now gone through and spoken with every dwarf here except Bananas, and King. What's his name? King Nerkley and Corbiz, and everybody has a code word.
So far, the words I got are banana, hullabaloo, bumbershoot, snickers, cleek, whippersnappers, bibeloclap, lollygag, bamboozled, cutesy poo, foppish, cattywampus, and noob.
That's good. Jeremy suggested Poughkeepsie as well.
I imagine at some point would have asked like one of the gnomes about the locked door.
And
like what was behind
they would have gotten very defensive and said, "That's none of your business. Don't go poking around there. It's not yours."
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, he wouldn't have pressed further.
I think we should ask the king.
Yeah, we can go up to him and see.
About what's behind the door?
Yeah. See if we can go in.
And he says, no outsiders in that room. That room only for us. Only for the gnomes. The treasure of the gnomes lies within.
But no people in there, right?
There.
People know their creations, yes.
Faye, you said something?
What if the shape changer's in there?
No, ship changer not in there. Of course not. Of course not. No one gets in there except me. I haven't been in there. Have you?
No, not yet.
Good, stay out. Not yours. Not yours.
Whispering over to Bronze, like, do you think? I don't think we're. Do you think we're getting anything else out of them? I don't really see any way we're gonna get in there aside from sneaking in.
Probably not. Let's leave it for now. We'll look around. If we can't find the thing, we'll check it out.
Yeah. And my plan was basically, I was going to have Bronze be willing to stay a day or so, or some amount of time here to figure this out.
Okay, and again, we can abstract a lot of it, but you just got to tell me like what you're doing. Like, you took an hour, you talked to everybody, you gave them all code words. What's the next part of your plan?
Could
Okay.
they use the dungeoneering thing to help with the plan, like the skill to like come up with an idea, since she's like a slayer?
No. This is you guys. Like, this is your characters. This isn't like a role thing. This is like, you guys need to tell me. Great, you've set up code words. What's the next thing you're doing?
Figure like some semblance of try and assimilate a little bit. Start working with people a little bit. Help
Okay.
them. Bronze is a bronze. He can do. He has skills, so he can like help with work with stuff. So hopefully make himself a little bit useful. Be a kind of thing of. Jennifer watched the video recently, so which is why I'm thinking of it. But the whole thing of like the Warrens, Elizabeth and whatever his name is, Warren, and like living with the people for a little bit as they assess the problem.
The ghost people.
Yeah. But basically that, and run into someone, hey, Yarb Narb, or I forget their names already.
Hey, Billy.
Hey Billy, and then whisper the code word, or have him whisper the code word.
I got it. I love it. You guys got here towards the end of the day, so after all of this and setting up the code words and stuff, as sour as they are most of the time, the gnomes in the kitchen do offer to put you up for dinner, and they say like, if you want, you can, especially if you're offering to like work and stuff, they like want your help in the kitchen for a little while, and then they're like, but if you're willing to earn your keep, we'll feed you, kind of thing.
Yeah, Bronze. He's in his natural environment. He'll assimilate.
Cool. What's Faye's plan?
I guess we're kind of doing the same thing. Cause like we're kind of having to wait it out until the thing kind of pops out and tries to trick us.
Yeah, if we're correct in the fact that it's feeding every 4 or so days, it should be feeding at some point here.
So then, you guys are getting yourselves ready for dinner, and one of the, one of the kitchen workers is, getting the table set and looks at you, Bronze, and says, "You look like a stout one. Go grab a keg for us out of the storeroom and set it up at the edge of the table for dinner."
I'm paranoid. Bronze is gonna go do that, and yeah, he's gonna go do that.
Okay. Faye is busy working the giant mushroom press. They're taking advantage of her like oversized arms, and like what takes a bunch of leverage for these little gnomes, for Faye is just like super minor work, because she's so much bigger and her limbs are so much longer. And Bronze makes his way out and down. I am going to ask how you're going to get to the kegs, because Miss Crazy Bitch is solidly in the way.
Oh damn! Now it actually kind of matters. Okay. he can probably climb up here, and since he's he's taking the kegs, he just slide down it kind of situation and then walk back up with it.
Cool, cool. So first thing I want is probably a climb check. It's only 20 feet, but you're also a dwarf, so let's get one of those out of you.
6.
A 6. Yeah. You start the process of being able to climb up, but then you slide down and end up like waist deep in this water as you like slide back down, like bounce off a rock, and you like scamper back up, but you are now sopping wet. Roll me another climb check, please.
15.
There you go. That's enough to climb a 20-foot ledge, and you scamper up, dripping and soaked, leaving a trail of wet footprints behind you as you like make your way down the chamber and towards the storeroom.
Okay.
You walk into the storeroom and you see the two on the these two barrels here already have like taps in them, and the rest of the kegs are sealed.
It's gonna be a mimic. Bronze is gonna grab this one.
And you go to lift it, and it's too light. It's empty.
It's just been drunk.
Yeah. It's just empty. Because there's two kegs that have taps in them where you can actually access the fluids inside of them, and this one that you've lifted up is empty.
Bronze gonna eye the other one
and lift it up and swishes it around, and it's only it's got probably 20% of the fluid in there.
Okay. He is going to take it. With the tap, you basically, I don't in real life, I do not actually know, but I'm assuming it's a tap. You take it off of it and you can put it into another one.
Correct. Yes.
Bron's gonna take one of the tap from the empty one, and how heavy are these? Could Bronze lift 2 of them?
Yeah. Because what's your
strength? He's gonna take 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's gonna take the tap from the empty one and put it in a full one, and then take the nearly empty and a full one.
Sounds great. And as you make your way over to one of the brand new barrels, it begins to move on its own. And I need you to roll me an initiative roll, my friend.
Okay, I'll take that. At least I know. Okay.
Because you didn't give me any specific, like, I'm poking, I'm prodding, I'm checking, but you did tell me I'm very paranoid, which I translated to Bronze, at least moving cautiously through this space. And
yeah, I didn't want to metagame it too much. I figured it was going to be some sort of mimic, so I didn't want to be like, I have my axe out at these things.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever it's worth, I would have accepted that as a non-metagaming answer. I probably just would have asked you, why does Bronze have his axe out? And if your answer had been, because the king thinks there's a shapeshifter out here, and they said it was a table or chairs or some shit, like it could be a barrel too, and it's like I would have accepted that as reasoning for why. I just probably would have pushed back a little and just been like, so what's Bronze think? Why is he walking around with his axe out? Cool. So then,
initiative roll.
Initiative roll, please. I gotta roll my initiative as well.
Hell yeah, 19.
Sweet. Which means you are gonna get to go first, my man. 19, 17. So you see this barrel starting to move on its own. The band around it. Hey, Naomi Shumia. Thank you. I probably mispronounced that, but thank you very much for the follow. We're glad to have you here. Right now, our friend Bronze has just picked up a barrel that's actually, or started to pick up a barrel that's actually a mimic. So the metal band around it, that like keeps all the different planks together, like starts to separate from the rest of the planks, and the wood like splinters and it's wet on the inside, and the splinters turn into ivory, like pointed, jagged teeth, and a large tongue like lolls out from inside of it, and it starts to like come at you. But you rolled a higher initiative roll, so what would you like to do with your turn first?
Yell out to Faye. Hopefully,
That's
hopefully the cavern walls
She
help.
is very far away. I'm going to need a Constitution roll from you, please.
I will take that. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Constitution. 18.
18. What are you yelling at Faye?
The code word.
Okay. Faye, roll me a perception check, please. Faye, are you there?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, that's gonna be at 24.
24. Yeah, you hear faintly echoing off the walls, Bronze's code word. Code word.
Go fucker.
Yeah,
Go
Faith is
fucker!
gonna. Yeah, she's gonna put the stuff down. She's gonna look at the gnomes and be like, "He's found the mimic. Stay here. Protect yourselves." And it's just gonna start running towards like that barrel thing, full speed. Probably actually gonna do the same thing he did, where like jump up through here. And try to get to Bronze as like physically fast as possible.
If you're trying to go as physically fast as possible, you'd go past bananas. Are you trying to go
You
as
could
physically?
probably just run through it, honestly.
Yeah, let's run through bananas.
Okay, so then what is Faye's movement speed?
Let me double check. I think it's 30.
I'm going to be generous and say you were right by the door when all this broke out. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Where is the move? I always lose the movement speed. Walking speed is 30, and is running double that?
Running's double that. So I've already put you where you will be after this first round of combat. So you're going to spend your first turn running. It'll probably take you one more turn to get there, and you're going to have to, just deal with the fact that you're going to get shot at as you're running through there. But well, as of a couple hours ago, only 2 of these crossbows were functional. I guess we'll just see how many of these crossbows are functional when you actually come around this corner. So we've moved you to where you're supposed to be. Not yet. Not until you're. Not until you're like till it's relevant. Because we're just going to move you every round until it becomes relevant. Because Bronze might just Hulk smash this thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? Bronze, you are up though, my friend.
Okay. I need to. I was using my time wisely, trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I think I got a new feat that I want to try out.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Let's see it.
Bronze is going to use power attack.
Cool.
Which basically it's going to take a -2 penalty on the attack roll and give a +4 bonus on damage rolls, and it is increased by half, an extra 50%, so it'd be a +6 to damage if it's making with the 2-handed weapon, which is what he's doing.
Okay.
So kind of like deadly aim.
Probably, yeah. It sounds similar.
Cool. I'm going to trust you to do the math on your end. Just roll that dice and let me know what your number is.
Ooh. Hoping he has low AC.
He does relatively low AC, yeah.
It's a buck.
This is a low level adventure. Keep that in mind. And you guys have leveled up pretty significantly within it at this point.
14. Damn, that might not be enough. 12 to hit.
Meets or exceeds the AC.
Okay, I will take that. So that's going to be a D8 plus 12.
And it has the second highest AC of everything on this page.
So a minimum damage of 13. I rolled a 1.
A minimum damage of 13 is enough to bring this to wounded. As a reminder, wounded is basically any damage above half. And then bloodied is below half, and then at death's door is within the bottom, 20, 25% or so of their hit points. So this mimic is now wounded as you cleave into it with your mighty war axe. Is that what you have? What do you have? What weapon? What's your weapon?
An axe flavored as a hammer.
An axe flavored as a hammer. So you crush it, and splinters of wood fly off and stop being wood and start being this gray amorphous blob as it splatters against the wall, and the creature screeches out in protest.
I think that's going to be it for him at the moment.
Cool.
Because, yeah.
Does bring us to Mr. Barrel, and he's gonna roll his a ticky tack. And my dice is gonna fall off the table, so we're gonna try it again. That's low. It's a low roll. It's a final of 12.
No.
Great. Then it lashes out at you with its bite, with its huge teeth, and Bronze is able to hold his hammer out and cartoon crocodile style, stick it in its mouth, and it chomps down on the hammer, and Bronze is holding it in the middle, just keeping it at arm's length. And then it's done. We have already moved Faye her maximum amount of distance, so we're going to flip back up to the top with Bronze, but I'm going to move Faye another 60 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So Faye, go ahead. We're going to put you here, and then you'll roll for initiative on the next bout.
Okay.
Okay, so Bronze.
Bronze is going to do the same thing again.
Okay, give it a roll.
It's not going to hit this time. I think it's it's below 12.
It does not. Then Bronze is unable to tug his mace loose. This thing is chomped down on it so hard that it's okay, it can't bite him, but he can't swing this thing at it anymore either, and he's just kind of locked with it, trying to shake it off like a rabid dog that won't let go of a toy. And that'll bring us to the Mimic, who is going to roll his own attack. It's a little higher. That's a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Then you guys are just locked in this combat. Faye moves the amount she moves. Now I would like Faye to roll her initiative roll, please.
That's going to be a 19.
That is a 19, which is exactly what Bronze rolled. So I'll just let you guys. We're gonna give it to Bronze because he's already in combat. So it'll go Bronze, Faye, bad guy. So Bronze, you're up. You can hear Faye. You're within talking distance. Do you want to shout anything at Bronze real quick before he starts his turn?
When I say so, duck.
Cool.
All right, and then he is gonna, noted, and then he's gonna try and do the same thing again. Okay, it does hit this time. I think so. Let's see. That's I think 14.
14 hits. Even if you got 14 on the dice, that already hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
D8, 12. Oh my god, max damage.
Minimum and a maximum. Nice.
See, 12, 20 damage.
Ooh, girl. Okay, that immediately brings this thing to death's door.
All right. With that, and I think basically he's not ready. Basically ready to drop down, and when Space says to drop down, and that's it for his turn.
Okay, and then Faye is up. So presumably you hear that call come out from behind you.
Faye is going to do the studied target thing, or whatever it is, to get the +2 bonus on.
Don't you have to do that as your movement? Because you do have to take your movement to get into this room.
Hold on, let me see. It doesn't state here. I thought it was, so I'll go with that for now.
Yeah, it would be way too overpowered if it was anything less than your movement.
Okay.
So
We'll just say I go here, and then I'm going to. This is within like 30 feet, I assume.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just do a basic shot.
Actually, it's exactly 30 feet. Basic shot, you go. Highest modifier.
Yeah. 24.
Hits. Roll your damage.
An 8.
An 8 for damage. This thing is still at death's door, but
Damn.
really, really, really almost dead.
I should have done many shot. Too late.
That's all right. We're gonna. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You've taken both your actions, so just talking usually is what you've got.
Could I do a skill check to see like what kind of thing it is, or do we still just not know?
No. Now that you can see it, there's not even a question about it. This is super obviously a mimic.
Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. Then that does bring it to the mimic's turn, and with his dying breath, he tries to take one more shot at Bronze, who has disturbed his long rest. And that one's gonna hit. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. All right. So he rolls those. So I've got one of these. Is there any modifiers? Only on the first one. So he does 9 damage to you as it bites into you initially, and then its teeth pull out, and you feel a stinging sensation in the fresh wound on your like arm and shoulder where the barrel had just clamped onto you, and you look down and you see the like leather straps of your armor like slowly disintegrating, as this thing's like saliva obviously has some sort of acidic component. But that is it for him, and then it's all you, Bronze.
Beat this bitch.
I don't think it'd matter, but it's a +2 versus poison. The acid is different, correct?
Acid is different, yeah.
Okay. Okay. This thing's on death's door.
This thing's super on death's door.
Okay. Which one would be the one I would use and like just like slam it into the wall and crush it?
That's probably a bull rush maneuver.
Okay. That's what Bronze is gonna do, because if he fails, then they can finish it off.
Cool.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Really good number. 25.
That is successful, and he's low enough on hit points that I'm just going to let you narrate to us how this all goes down, my friend.
All right, so I'm assuming it's like, it's got, it's wooden outside and more of the fleshy interior of it, and Bronze getting bitten by it, and like as it's like clamping down on him, he just like braces and pushes it up against the wall, and like it basically pops like a balloon.
Nice. Love it. And it pops like a balloon, and all these different shards of goop go everywhere. But at its core, the mouth and the eyes remain behind, as the rest of it kind of like turns into a gray, formless sludge. It's red purple eyes, and its mouth and tongue it's like it looks kind of like an alien would look if you took a human and took his nervous system, like from his spinal cord, and had it as like a puppet with just like loose goop on the outside. It's kind of the look it's got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you guys are back in free action. It's super dead?
I 100% know the thing that Ron's gonna do is check the rest of these barrels, see if there's anything.
While Bronze does that, Faye's gonna like look around for maybe like a rug or something we can put this in and like wrap it up like in a bag to bring to the king.
There are no rugs. There are no bags. However, you do notice a keg with the tap taken off of it, sitting next to it.
That's gonna have to do. She'll take the empty keg and like
Scrape
put
it
this
into
big.
there.
Yeah.
Cool. And Bronze goes around and taps all the rest of the kegs with his hammer, and they all give off a nice loud thump, just like a wooden keg should.
He's gonna, pick up the keg and it's like, let's go present this to the king. Hopefully this will be proof for him.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Faye has proposed presenting this to the king.
Yep.
Okay. Waddle, 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 do.
And as you guys make your way through the room with the guards, they say, what you got there? Anything good to drink? Dinner's coming up. You making the rounds with some pre-dinner wine, huh?
We have the corpse of the mimic in here. We're here to present it to the king.
Oh shit, that thing was real. I want to see that. And like they both like come down and like walk down around. They come like look in your barrel and they're like, oh fuck, man, look at those teeth. How many eyes does this fucker have?
I did a sketch of it.
Please say you put it in the Discord.
I'm doing it right now.
Not yet, but it's coming.
How many eyes did it have?
I gave it 2. I just gave it 2. Nothing too crazy. Where did it go? There it is.
Well, Faye's, I guess, talking to these like guards. She's just gonna ask him, would you mind turning, oh my god, that thing is disgusting, turning off the blade so it doesn't disturb the barrel?
You guys actually had to leave the blades off in order to get back through there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that thing's cool. I like it. Becky, if you are looking away, it is worth tabbing back for this. Andreas draws memorable moments from our campaign, and this is what a mimic looks like after you kill it.
That was kind of the vibe. Him looking sad. I was trying to get the deflated kind of look.
I'd say you succeeded.
Andreas, he got tadpole eyes. They look like little.
Man. I'm doing all my clips after the fact now, so I gotta like write down timestamps to save myself looking through. 2:43:00. Perfect. Okay. So these guards are like looking at it like ugh, and like one of them like takes their sword and like pokes it, and it just kind of like slops around in there. He just like pulls it out, and, like ugh, shakes some of the goop off his sword, like wipes it off on his sleeve. He's like, well, I guess the king wasn't that crazy after all. I mean, he's definitely crazy, but there really was a shapeshifter. Huh, what do you know?
And I guess Faye is just gonna go on her way. I'm assuming Bronze is following her.
Yeah, he's tailing behind.
Yeah, and you guys make your way through the no longer spinning turbines, and as you make your way through the workshop, the two gnomes there, stop you, and they're like, what you got there?
The mimic.
Oh shit, that was real?
Yeah.
And they're like looking at it, and they're like, oh fuck, and they're like looking at it, and like one of them just like reaches out and totally fearlessly like pulls one of the eyes like from the deal and like looks at it and like pulls it out and just like pulls out a little knife and like slices it off, and he's just like looking at it and he's like, oh, that's gross, and then just like tosses it back nonchalantly in the bucket. And they're like, well, yeah, I mean, what are you guys gonna do with it? You're taking it to the king?
Yes, we're hoping presenting this to him will soothe the strength of his madness. Now that he knows it's dead, his husband is safe. He may open the doors and let him come out.
All right, well, we're gonna come with you. You might not open the door for you guys, but maybe for all of us.
Okay.
And you guys get there, and they knock on the door first, and they're like, "My kings, you were correct. There was a mimic, and we've Well, not we. I'm sorry, I never actually caught your names.
Faye and Bronze.
The adventurers Fay and Bronze from Phandelver have have brought it to its demise, and they have it here, ready to present it to you. And the king says, "Ah, the mimic is dead. The mimic was not them. They are not the mimic. Are you the mimic? The mimic is dead."
Bron's
Yes,
like
have been.
he just sloshes the barrel around a little bit. Hey, you were saying something? Sorry.
I was saying, yes, we have it in a barrel. I assume Faye says that, and then Bronze just starts slushing it
Yeah.
like a bartender.
And the both of the workshop gnomes, they plead with their king a little bit, and together the four of you do convince him to at least crack the door open. And you see just like one wild eye, looking through the door, like looking down, seeing you guys, seeing this bucket, uh, and there's like an audible like sigh of relief, and uh, and then you hear the king say, "It's finally done." And open the door for you, and you can see the other king, like, well taken care of, but he's obviously trying to like talk to you guys, and you can't hear a word that he's saying. Um, and the formerly crazy king, let me see, King Corbiz, says, "Oh, I've had him under the effect of a silence spell for a few days now, or more than a few days. I've lost track of time, admittedly." And snaps his fingers, and like mid sentence, the guy's like, "Oh my god, it's been forever since. Oh my god, I can. That's my voice. It's coming out of me. Oh my! And you guys are, whoa, hey, welcome to our kingdom, guys. What are you? I haven't been able to hear or see anything for days. Who are you? What's going on here? I only know what I can see, what I've been able to see, and what I've seen is my husband absolutely going just crazy for a week." You guys, a silent spell is commonly enough knowledge, but you guys as players may not know. What a silent spell does is it stops any sound from coming in or going out of a certain space. You can cast it on like a person, and that person would like not be able to make any noise, like make any words come out of their, like they could shake their vocal cords and try and say stuff, but nobody around them would be able to hear it. And then it works the other way as well, where you could cast a silent spell on somebody, talk right next to them, and they couldn't hear a word you were saying. But it doesn't affect your ability to see or your ability to move. Uh, it just
Vocal and audible
right,
senses.
right.
Uh, I guess with all that, Faye is gonna be like, "Hello, Your Highness. Your husband had instructed us to kill the mimic that was hunting your kingdom, so we did. We originally came here because of Fandalen. They are seeking your guys' help. A young ice dragon is attacking their their town and the places around it, and we were hoping that your kingdom would be able to supply us with a weapon or weapons that could help us kill this dragon. We did this in exchange for killing the mimic for you."
Give me just a sec, guys. I'm double checking all this stuff. Okay, great. And then the two gnomes from the workshop who you kind of like worked all this out, they like corroborate your story, and they're like, "Yeah, they came in here, and they were, talking a big talk, and they came up with this whole plan, and they seemed sympathetic of our troubles, and we're gnome kind. We build, we create. It seems only fair." And the kings agree, and that you deserve to be rewarded for your trouble here. So one of them, so the two men from the workshop, or I guess one's a man, one's a woman. The two gnomes from the workshop disappear and go back to the workshop. Meanwhile, the king Nerkly, who had been, under the influence of the silence spell, uh, reaches underneath their bed and pulls out a small chest and produces for you guys two items. One is a hat of wizardry, and I don't know if there's 5e, or these are, keep in mind, these are 5e items. There might not be Pathfinder equivalents. So I will just give you a homebrew item if there's not. But they are, just write this down for yourselves. The one is a hat of wizardry, and the other one is a fully charged wand of pyrotechnics. And then before long, the two gnomes appear from their workshop with their own gifts for you. One of them is a clockwork amulet, and the other is a pole of collapsing. And they thank you profusely, and still, of course, invite you to stay for dinner. Now, soon to be a feast, the kings say, in celebration of their accomplishments and the returning peace to Gnomengarde once more.
Yeah. Tim's gonna agree, or Tim. I said Max right there as well. Braun's gonna agree to that, and whenever they're ready to go back, he's gonna go back over and try and grab some kegs for the thing because they're still missing those.
Yeah.
And you come back, and one of the gnomes in the kitchen is like all like irritated with you, like, I sent you out for that keg 45 minutes ago. The complex is not that big. And then they see the kings standing behind you, and they're like, my your grace, my kings. And they like drop to one knee, immediately, and they're like, I did not know that you were making the rounds. And the kings, express to them like, Flabadabba, do not be short with these adventurers. We owe them a great debt. Well, they have been compensated appropriately for that debt, but they are friends of Gnomengarde. And, yes, of course, my king, of course. And they're like, well, we must do it up right then. If you will be joining us for a feast, then what I have planned will not do at all. And starts like shouting orders at everybody else to like double time and go get the good stuff and da 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 da. And they cook up a big delicious feast for you guys, which you consume and wrap up your night with them. And I think this is a nice happy note to end our session on tonight.
Could I do one thing
Of
before
course.
we end? Like while at dinner, I guess like speaking to one of the kings, like I see if like we could commission an arrow of slaying from Gnomengarde? Like if they would have the magical capabilities to make one if we paid for it.
And they say this is something that would be at the absolute top range of what we're able to do. We tend to focus more on inventive solutions to common problems. And they said, but for you, we would try. And they're not making you any promises, but they do tell you that they do tell you the information that you need. That in order to even make such an attempt, they would need some essence of the creature you wish to slay.
Okay. Could we also get a cost?
They don't. They said this is something we've never built for you before. We will not know what it costs until after the work has been put into it.
Okay. Cool beans. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. Bronze?
I don't get anything to say.
Okay. If you guys come up with something you want to say, something you want to do between now and the next time we play this game, which could be next week, or could be next month, or could be 3 months from now, and you want to pick it up in Gnomengarde, we can pick it up in Gnomengarde. Otherwise, what may end up happening if it's another 3 months, I may just kind of like zip zap you guys back to Phandelver and let you start there, just for the sake of keeping the story rolling. But congratulations, you guys! This is like I think this is the first time that a pre-written campaign module has worked out the way it's supposed to. Like,
Yeah.
one of these is supposed to take, a full session, about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours for a party of, 3 or 4 to go through. But that party of 3 or 4 is supposed to be level like 1 to 3. You guys are a much higher level than that, and Bronze could have taken that mimic on his own. Basically did. But you know what I mean? It's like you guys went through it. It really did take about a full 3 hours for you to do, but like we can wrap it all up in a nice bow. Like you guys finished it. This thing is done. You got your rewards for it. Like that's probably one of the
We
first
did it.
times that I've run one of these that like ran the amount of time it was supposed to run, and more or less went as planned. I definitely had to do some of that some improvising on the fly, which I think I'm also getting better at. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that that worked out so smoothly.
Oh yeah, no, this one was a lot of fun. Like I know it's like I feel like it was a thing of like you probably could have gone in and expected them, and then like really early on figured out that the mimic was in there. But it's like, and also just the fact that it was a very easy mimic to kill, but like the whole lead up to that was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm definitely glad because one of those things where also too, like you guys went left and talked to the kitchen and learned that not everybody's going to kill you on sight. Like if you had gone right first and gotten shot at by Miss Crossbow right out the gate, like that would have probably changed the whole demeanor of how you guys were like, if you fuck these guys, they're all hostile, like let's kill them all, is a very different outlook, and so yeah, I
We
think it
could have
was.
told the story.
Right. Or you guys could have right out the gate been like, I want to scamper up one of these little embarkments just like you did here, and have gone in from a different way and could have changed everything. You know what I mean? It's like there was a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, I agree that lead up was a lot of fun, and I really had a fun time playing it. I really like the gnome voice. I really enjoy playing crazy characters, and I got to play two of them in this encounter. So yeah, a lot of fun for me too. Yeah, crazy people and old people are my favorite, and crazy old people are my absolute favorite to roleplay. So
It's because you are crazy and old, Dave.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. Cool guys. I'm gonna go drop stream real quick, and then I'll pop back in and say a proper goodbye. But thank you guys for playing as always, and hopefully next week we can get back to our regular game, and Jeremy will be back around and stuff. And Becky, thank you
Yeah,
for being here. Sorry that that you're not feeling super great. We'd love to have you in, but there's always next time. So on that note, my friends in Discord, I'm going to mute you guys and end stream. I'll be back.
all right.
Okay. Then for everybody else, I need to know next time when I'm not battling pneumonia. Yeah, battling pneumonia is no bueno. It looks like I do not have quite enough people for a raid. Becky, you got my number. You can text me anytime you want. I will. Thanks for being here. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is really great. I usually do not have nearly as much fun running the pre-written stuff, but this was a really fun encounter. So until next time, peace out. Later.